Operation Kaveri is a rescue operation launched by the central government to evacuate Indian citizens who are stranded in Sudan. It was launched on April 24, 2023 in response to the crisis in Sudan. The operation aims to bring back Indian citizens who are stuck in the war-torn country. India said it has positioned 2 transport aircraft of the AF in Jeddah and naval ship INS Sumedha at Port Sudan as part of its contingency plans to evacuate the stranded nations. Apart from the Sudanese authorities, the Ministry of External Affairs and the Indian Embassy in Sudan have been in regular touch with the UN, Saudi Arabia, the UAE, Egypt, and US among others for the evacuation efforts. According to reports, there are around 2,800 to 3,000 Indian citizens stranded in Sudan. Union Minister of State for External Affairs V Muraleedharan is supervising the operation. The minister is currently in Jeddah to oversee the evacuation efforts. The choice of naming the mission Operation Kaveri bears a lot of significance. Kaveri is one of the major Indian rivers flowing through the southern states of Karnataka and Tamil Nadu. The river is sacred to the people of the region and is worshipped as the goddess Kaveri Amma. Rivers reach their destination irrespective of barriers. It's like a mother who will ensure she will bring her children back to safety. Yes, India has launched several such rescue missions to bring home stranded citizens from different countries. Last year, the Modi government launched Operation Ganga to evacuate thousands of Indian students from Ukraine after the Russian invasion. The rescue operation undertaken by India when Afghanistan was under attack from the Taliban was called Operation Divi Shakti. Similarly, under Operation Van Bharat, India brought back millions of citizens from various countries in the early months of the COVID-19 pandemic when shutdowns were being announced across the globe. Sudan has been witnessing deadly fighting between the country's army and a paramilitary group for the last 12 days that has reportedly left around 400 people dead. Gen. Abdel Fattah Burhan, head of the armed forces, and Gen. Mohammed Hamdan Dagalo, the leader of a paramilitary group known as the Rapid Support Forces that grew out of Darfur's notorious Janjaweed militias, are each seeking to seize control of Sudan. The fighting comes 2 years after they jointly carried out a military coup and derailed a transition to democracy that had begun after protesters in 2019 helped force the ouster of long-time autocrat Omar al-Bashir. In recent months, negotiations were underway for a return to the democratic transition. Military overthrow of the government amid protests in April 2019, Sudan experienced widespread protests that led to the overthrow of long-serving President Omar al-Bashir by military generals. This resulted in the establishment of a power-sharing body called the Sovereignty Council, which was tasked with leading Sudan to elections in 2023. In October 2021, the military overthrew the transitional government led by Abdallah Hamdok, leading to a power struggle between 2 military and paramilitary generals, interrupting the plan for a transition to elections. A preliminary deal was reached in December 2021 for a political transition, but negotiations hit a roadblock over the integration of the paramilitary rapid support forces with the Sudanese armed forces. Disagreements over the timetable and security sector reforms led to tensions escalating over the control of resources and RSF integration, leading to clashes. There was disagreement over how the 10,000-strong RSF should be integrated into the army and which authority should oversee that process, with the RSF General Dagalo wanting to delay the integration for 10 years while the army said it would take place in the next 2 years. These tensions have led to an ongoing crisis in Sudan, with humanitarian needs and the safety of the country's citizens at risk. Sudan's economic crisis is in dire straits, with hyperinflation and massive foreign debt contributing to the financial crisis. The billions of dollars in international support and debt relief have been frozen since the removal of the Hamdok government, exacerbating the situation. Obstacle to democratic transition: the power struggle between the Sudanese armed forces and RSF has made the transition to democracy in Sudan more difficult. The conflict could prolong and even escalate, potentially leading to the country's collapse. Destabilization of neighboring countries. As Sudan shares borders with 7 countries, the conflict has the potential to spill over into neighboring regions, destabilizing the area, with Chad and South Sudan being the most vulnerable. The continuation of the fighting could lead to major external intervention, and refugees have already begun to flee to Chad.